So, chat, we move on. A victory in the Magic and Bird era. A victory in the Jordan era. Can I make it 3 in a row as we move to the Kobe era? 2002, 2003. Sid, what's going on, by the way? Obviously, the stage is set for a monstrous draft to kick things off, but it also raises the question of what do we do with the teams? Last year, when we did this challenge for the first time, Cavs and Nuggets. So perfectly fine. We go to the teams that finished second last. They were the Toronto Raptors and the LA Clippers. Now, given that we alternate, chat should be moving back to the West to yet again be the Clippers. But I am willing to be nice. I am willing to let you be the Raptors so that you don't have to be the Clippers. The other option is not using the Clippers at all, and you guys would get to control the Memphis Grizzlies. And a lot of people seem to be content with being the Grizzlies, so I will leave it up to you. I will let you choose your destiny. So it can be the Raps, which would be me, against the Clippers, which would be chat. Or it can be the Raptors, which would be chat, again. Well, actually, no, I messed it up. I messed up the entire saying. Because I was trying to type at the same time and losing my mind. So, chat's options are marked with the C. Mine are marked with S. For streamer, it can be Raptors versus Grizzlies or Raptors versus Clippers. I will leave it up to you. Feel free to vote. What do you guys want to do? What do you want to do? I am willing to go back to the Western Conference for a second time in a row. But if you guys say, fuck it, we don't want to do the Clippers again, then you can be the Grizzlies and head to the West like you typically would. It's not as if the Grizzlies were particularly great that year either. They won one more game than the Clippers. The two worst teams were easily Cleveland and Denver. So there you go. And it looks like chat is going to pick up their option and take advantage of my kindness. And it looks like they are going to go with the Raptors, as I will stay in the Western Conference. I will do that. I will also give the payout win in a minute once that poll is done. But yeah, the poll is done. So it's been decided. Chat will stay in the Eastern Conference in the Kobe era with the Toronto Raptors, as I'll be staying in the West. And now I get a chance to take control of the Clippers, which didn't work out too well for you guys. I'm going to see if I can kind of reverse their fortunes here. I'm going to see. So we do have to set this up as always. So give me uno momento. I left those off last time, and those looked okay. Oh, it makes it worse if I win with the Clippers. 100%. Dude, if I go 3 in a row and win it with a team that you guys had control of as well, oof. Massive insult to injury. Massive. The All-Star, the Ketchup Scouting. Prefer Hines, by the way. Contract options. Stay off. So can the draft combine can go on auto. Just double checking. Let's gotta keep paying attention to the chat here as well. So the All-Star city selection. Allow me to be quiet while I make sure I don't fuck anything up here. Oops, summits. Lottery tournament, whatever. Player retirement, pre-draft workouts, staff retirement, staff signings, and the Summer League. AJ, it did. Or at least that was the rumor that that's what was going to happen. We don't need staff abilities. Progressive fatigue's fine. Team chemistry is good. Rule changes. Get rid of the actions. Draft class quality we're going to put back on 0 because that seemed to work out pretty well. The contracts, trades. We do want the trade override on just in case something wonky happens and we have to do that. And aside from that, we'll just put it on Hall of Fame for the hell of it. Makes no difference. We are good to go. So, the Memphis Grizzlies are not selected because you guys didn't do it. You could have had that sick logo, but you blew it. You will have the Toronto Raptors out of the kindness of my heart so that you don't have to be the Clippers again. Although, who knows? Maybe I'll take control of the Raptors. Maybe I won't be nice. Maybe we will alternate and you have to use the Clippers again. Maybe. No, it's fine. Whatever. I will let you be the Raptors. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. The Kobe era. Of course, the Charlotte Bobcats will join the league in 2004 if we make it that far. The league has expanded to 6 divisions, and social media becomes a thing in 2002. The first round of the playoffs will become 7 games after season 1. And of course, the Sonics going to Oklahoma City. Boo. Instant replay, new floors, the new commentary. All the deal. The 2003 draft class. Maybe the most legendary draft class of all time. With, of course, LeBron, Bosh, Carmelo, D. Wade. I mean, I don't need to hype up. And, of course, the best of all time, Darko Milicic. I don't need to hype up this draft class. It fucking speaks for itself, to say the least. But let's take a look at our 2 teams here and see kind of our starting situations. The Raptors begin with Alvin Williams and Lindsey Hunter at point guard. Shooting guard, 25-year-old Vince Carter. Lamont Murray is back. You guys keep him. And Carlos Rodriguez. At forward, Morris Peterson. Power forward, Jerome Williams, Michael Bradley, and Maurice Young. And at center, Antonio Davis, Hakeem Olajuwon at 39 years old, Jelani McCoy, Mamadou Ndiaye, I believe it was. Forgive me on the pronunciation. Eric Montross and Pat Henderson. The big question is, what the hell do you do with Vince Carter? Do you keep him? Do you move him? What do you do with Vince Carter? Especially if you want to tank in season 1, he will get you more wins. That is just a fact. In terms of draft picks, you guys have an extra 2nd rounder in 2004, thanks to Cleveland. And that's it in terms of extra picks, because you don't have your own first or your own 2nd this year, but you do have the Lakers 2nd. So you guys can take time to talk it out, and we'll see what you want to do. Yeah, we shall see. For my Clippers, at point guard, Andre Miller, with Keon Dooling behind him and Judd McMillan. At shooting guard, Corey Maggette, Quentin Richardson, and Mark Watson. At forward, Lamar Odom and Tremaine Folks. At power forward, Elton Brand and Cherokee Parks, NBA champion Cherokee Parks. And at center, Michael Olowokandi, Celtics legend, with Wang Shishi, Melvin Ely, Bobcats legend, Hal Chambers, and Terrence Moore. It wouldn't have been the worst decision for you guys to go with the Grizzlies or go with the Clippers either, because this Clippers roster is young and fucking decent. It might just be enough. Like, that's a pretty good starting core for me, if we're being honest. And again, you guys would have been the Clippers this year, but you wanted to be the Chicago, or not the Chicago Bulls. You wanted to be the Clippers in season 1. So there you go. You gave me the Bulls. So I am seeing from you guys a lot of try to tank. If you're going to tank, so see, there is a difference. If you go with the nuke, that means we go to the trade finder, find deals individually for players, and you try to tear it apart that way. You could also just tank and see what else is there and what deals pop up while seeing how good the team actually is. You got a couple of options here in regards to what you want to do with the likes of Vince Carter. So your options: you can nuke, you can tank. Tanking would be using the trade block, but for the most part, you pretty much just leave the block open to see what offers you get. Or you got to go for it option and try to add to the team and build around Vince Carter. So what are you guys going to do? You get 1 nuke per era. Is this where you want to use it? It would mean you'd be in control of your destiny to try and make the most of a Vince Carter trade. Looks like Tank might win. We'll see. Some people want to use the nuke. It's been 2 eras. No nukes have been used so far, which is pretty surprising. Pretty surprising indeed. Looks like the tank option's going to win out. Yeah, tank option's going to win out here. So, with that, just leave your trading block open and see what pops up. I mean, you could put the veterans on the block just for the hell of it. You could say Vince Carter's not on the block, but that he's not an untouchable either. But yeah, you might as well just leave it open. You might as well. Sam Besser, the gifted sub, by the way. Sammy, thank you for that. I do appreciate you. For the Clippers, by the way, did I look at my future draft picks? No extra future first. We do have a protection backup in 2007. Yeah, no extra first round picks for me either. God, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Because I do have a pretty fucking interesting starting team. Honestly, it's too good of a team to tear down immediately. Like, it's just not going to happen. I'm going to leave it as an open block as well and just kind of see what happens for me. But before we get into it, I do want to take a look around the league and see what everything looks like. So, Philadelphia, in terms of their top players, obviously Allen Iverson leading the way, Keith Van Horn, Eric Snow. This team not all that far removed, of course, from an NBA Finals appearance. Led by 94 overall, Allen Iverson. The Milwaukee Bucks with Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, Michael Redd, Tony Kukoc, Tim Thomas, Kevin Ollie. Where's Michael Redd? There he is. He's beautiful. I love me some Michael Redd. The Chicago Bulls, Jalen Rose, Danielle Marshall, Tyson Chandler, Jay Williams, Jamal Crawford, Marcus Fizer, Eddie Curry leading the way there. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Ricky Davis, a legend, Carlos Boozer, Darius Miles, Jermaine Jones, Tyrone Hill. Bimbo Coles was there too. The Celtics team. Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker, Tony Delk, J.R. Bremer, Vin Baker, Walter McCarty. Celtics team sucked. Didn't even have Wally Zerbiak yet. Of course, my Clippers. The Memphis Grizzlies. Pau Gasol, Jason Williams, Shane Battier, Wesley Person, Stromiel Swift, Drew Gooden, Brevin Knight. The Atlanta Hawks with Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Jason Terry, Glenn Robinson, Theo Ratliff, Dion Glover, and Nazir Muhammad. Bobcats legend. Not to mention Dan Dickow. Not the Dan Dickow. The Miami Heat, Eddie Jones, Caron Butler, Brian Grant, Alonzo Mourning. Shout out to Vladimir Stepania as well. Eddie House is there. The New Orleans Hornets with Jamal Mashburn, Baron Davis, P.J. Brown, Jamal McGlure, David Wesley, Eldon Campbell, among others. Stacey Augman is a veteran. The Utah Jazz, boo. Boo. Matt Harpring, Andre Karolenko. Got Calbert Chaney, Greg Ostertag, Mark Jackson. The Butah Jazz. Well done. The Sacramento Kings, Chris Webber. Oh my God, this fucking team. Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, Mike Bibby, Doug Christie, Bobby Jackson, Vlade Divac, Hito Turkoglu, Scott Pollard, Gerald Wallace. Holy shit, what a team. What a team. God damn. They were my favorite team to use in basketball games of this era as well. I mean, how could they not be? Jesus Christ. The New York Knicks, Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, Kurt Thomas, Howard Isley, Antonio McDyess, Clarence Weatherspoon, Michael Doliak as well at the bottom. The Lakers led by Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, God, that's going to be a problem. 3 years left on Shaq's contract as well. Got to try to be ready for that window once he leaves. Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Robert Horry, among others. Shout out to Kareem Rush down there. The Orlando Magic, led by Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, Mike Miller, and Daryl Armstrong, and a veteran, Sean Kemp. Dallas Mavericks, led by Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Michael Finley, Nick Van Exel, Rafe LaFrentz, Celtics legend, Sean Bradley, Eduardo Najera, Raja Bell as well. New Jersey Nets with Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, Kerry Kittles, Dikembe Sex the Mutombo, Jason Collins, Ryan Scalabrine there too. What a man. The Denver Nuggets with Jawan Howard, Marcus Camby, watch him whip, watch him nay-nay, James Posey, and not much else. Boy, I wonder why they only won 17 games that year. Fucking hell. Jason Kidd looks like you asked him a question. Understand. He does. The Indiana Pacers with Jermaine O'Neal, Brad Miller. Shout out to Brad Miller, underrated player. Ron Artest, Al Harrington, Jeff Foster, Eric Strickland, John Bender, Austin Crozier. The Detroit Pistons, Ben Wallace. What a man. Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton. It's beautiful. Cliff Robinson, Corliss Williamson, John Barry, Chucky Atkins. The Toronto Raptors, of course, chat's team we have already been familiarized with. The Houston Rockets with Yao Ming, Stevie Franchise, Kenny Thomas, Katino Mobley, Glenn Rice. Yao. Love me some Yao Ming. San Antonio Spurs with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Bruce Bowen, David Robinson, Steven Jackson, Manu Ginobili, Malik Rose, and others, including Steve Kerr, Kevin Willis. The Phoenix Suns, Stephon Marbury. Manu only has 79. He got better as the years went on. Stephon Marbury, Sean Marion, Amare Stoudemire. What a man. Penny Hardaway, Joe Johnson, Bo Outlaw. The Seattle Supersonics with Gary Payton, Rashard Lewis, Brent Barry, Desmond Mason, Vladimir Radmanovich, and Predrag Drobnjak, whose name I always have to stumble through because Jesus. The Minnesota Timberwolves with Kevin Garnett, Wally Zerbiak, Joe Smith, Terrell Brandon, and Kendall Gill. What a man. Shout out to Gary Trent as well. Portland Trailblazers with Scottie Pippen. That will never not be weird. Ruben Patterson, Derek Anderson, Bonzi Wells, Zach Randolph, and Damon Stoudemire, not to mention Arvydas Sabonis and his massive fucking face. The Golden State Warriors with Antoine Jameson, Gilbert Arenas. Excuse me, it's Gilbert Bang Bang Arenas. Jason Richardson, Eric Dampier, Mike Dunleavy, O'Donnell Foyle, and Bob Sura. And the Washington Wizards, Michael Jordan, wearing 23. Jerry Stackhouse, Larry Hughes, Christian Laettner, Kwame Brown, Brendan Haywood, and Eaton Thomas. Also Tyronn Lue. But it's the Jordan era Wizards. Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and Tim Duncan. Your highest rated players all tied at a 97 overall. Sets up the era, chat. It does. It's going to be a very interesting first season to see just how these two teams perform. For your Raptors, I mean, Jesus Christ, you don't even have a bench, man. You might as well just keep it at 9, maybe even 10 to try and make the team worse. Just a garbage roster, really. So that's pretty rough. For the Clippers, though, again, I'm worried about my team doing too well too early. I am going to stick with 10 as well for the bench. But yeah, Miller, Maggette, Odom, Brand, Olowokandi, it's not bad. Clippers don't get a bench until 2019. Fair. With that, let's start the sim. Welcome to 2002. Our third era is officially underway. Let's do it. Let's do it. Beat the Lakers. Go figure. What a start to the season for the Clippers. Jesus. That's not worth it. Kerry Kittles is older. I'll be keeping Andre Miller. Thank you very much. I'm in a position where I have too much. It's top 3 protected, so what's the point? I might as well keep Andre Miller. I'm at the situation here where the Clippers have too much to tank, so I have to just leave it and see what happens. My only option would be to use my nuke, but all my talent's young anyway. So, Bonzi Wells was 26 at the time. Ruben Abomshe, I don't remember how to say his fucking name. It's like Bomshe or something like that. He's not bad, but he's not Andre Miller. Both of our teams about even. The Clippers at 7-7, Raptors at 7-6. Like I said, Vince Carter's going to win you some games. You do get a trade offer here. Morris Peterson and Pat Henderson for Eddie House. Again, Peterson, 25 years old, A- potential. LOL. Eddie House is 24 with a... Yep, that's a no. I'll just decline that for you guys. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. As we will always have the computer hand to prospect scouting. That's tough to say no to. It is lottery protected, but a first round pick from the Warriors for Michael Olowokandi. Fuck. And some dude named TJ Wallace. Olowokandi, 27 years old. I have a backup center. I have Melvin Ely as my backup center. A lot of my centers are hurt. I mean, honestly, Michael Olowokandi is not the difference between me winning a championship in season 1 or not. I will take that Golden State first rounder for that. It is lottery protected, but man, even a top 4, 5 isn't bad. Or if it gets moved to next year, I'm still good with it. Michael, I was honestly looking forward to you being here, buddy. But a first round pick for you. Gotta do it. Michael Olowokandi on his way to the Golden State Warriors. Done deal. Done deal, done deal. Crash, he didn't have a very good potential. But again, he's 27. So Olowokandi wasn't going to get that much better. The Raptors get an offer. 29-year-old power forward Jerome Williams for 31-year-old power forward Bo Outlaw. I mean, you might as well not make your team that much worse without getting a draft pick back for it. So that's not worth it for you guys at all. Especially too, Bo Outlaw has a decent sized contract too. That is not worth it at all. I'll tell you that right now. We march on. The Raptors with a winning record. With a winning record. Ooh. Morris Peterson for the Celtics. First rounder in 2004. Top 3 protected, so it could be an 04 or an 05. Again, Peterson, 25 years old, a 78 overall, A- potential. You guys also get Shamond Williams back, which is what it is. Nobody disagreeing with it. Looks like you guys are going to take it. I mean, it does make your team worse. Leaves you without a natural forward. So, I mean, it's not a terrible idea unless you think Vince Carter... You guys are the 3rd best team in the East right now. And that's just by having Vince Carter. Are you sure? Are you sure? First round pick in the future, not bad. There is a legitimate argument that if you keep this team and get an offer to add somebody else... Maybe you just fucking go for it, man. It is true you could get rattled by whoever the hell makes it out of the West, but You're also not getting a top 3 pick at this point unless you really, really tank. But you look at the bottom 3 right now. In fairness, though, Boston's bottom 3 this season. So presumably, they could be bottom 3 next season or even the season after. You have an interesting decision. You have options. You have options. Do you take this trade? This is an interesting one. There's justifications on both sides of the aisle here. There are arguments for both sides. And chat's saying, nope, give us the pick. Morris Peterson and Carlos Rodriguez to Boston for a 2004 first-round pick that is top 3 protected, so it could be the 05 first. And Shamond Williams. Done deal as you guys get your first extra draft pick. So, not a terrible deal there, but honestly, I don't know. You are passing the buck for futures again. You never know. I mean, you just beat the Lakers, then lost to the Lakers, so you never know. Alvin Williams, the 28-year-old point guard, and Eric Montross is a filler for 31-year-old Wesley Person. It's not worth it. Earl Watson won't be worth anything either. Not a very good deal for you guys there. As we are approaching this deadline rather quickly. You guys get rid of Morris Peterson. I got rid of Michael Olowokandi. As the Raptors are having a pretty bad run of form since the Peterson trade. No surprise there. No surprise. Couple wins here and there, but yeah, you arguably took away Vince's second best weapon. If not his best weapon. Just lost Alvin Williams due to injury. You get another offer here. Lamont Murray, 29-year-old veteran, and 25-year-old Maurice Young, who's a nobody, for 25-year-old Nazir Muhammad, who only has a C potential. And 29-year-old Darvin Ham. I mean, you might as well keep Murray. Yeah, if Muhammad had a slightly better potential, it would be worth taking him, but since he does not. Raptors under 500. Oh, don't offer me the bird, man. Camby's 28. Miller's 26. I can't rely on Keon Dooling to be my starting point guard, even though it would give me the starting center that I need after the Olowokandi trade. That is just trading out one problem for another. If I'm not mistaken, you guys got torched by Marcus Camby last year, so I'm going to avoid that situation. I'm going to avoid that. Clippers, by the way, under 500 as well. Both our teams under 500. I'm immediately going to decline that. Let's see what it's going to be as we approach the deadline. Going to decline that. So the Clippers at 22 and 23, 9th in the West. Chat's Raptors are now down to 9th in the East. You probably won't be able to out-tank the bottom 3, but you could very well end up with a lottery pick. Best team in the league right now, the San Antonio Spurs. Quite a few representatives from the West at the top of the league there. So honestly, I kind of like this. Like, I'm not a very good team, and I'm able to keep my young core. I might not get LeBron James here, but I'm looking all right. And for you guys at 22 and 23, no reason to get rid of Vince Carter at this point because you won't be able to out-tank for that lottery pick. Hakeem Olajuwon plans on leaving you guys at the end of the season. Oh no, the 40-year-old's going to go. You could also re-sign Lindsey Hunter, but what the hell's the point? For me, I could bring back Tremaine Folks. No point in spending that money. Cherokee Parks is apparently going to leave. And apparently some of my guys are going to refuse to sign extensions. Now, the one thing that could fuck me over drastically is if RFA status is still borked for this era like it was last year. If it is, I'm allowed to go after these guys like they're RFAs because they would be based on their ages. I'm just putting that out there right fucking now. I would do the same thing for you guys if Michael Bradley was like, hey, I want out. So we'll see if the RFA thing is still borked like it was last year. That could really fuck up the entire league. Again, like last year, Tony Parker was a free agent in season 1. And there's only so much you can do about it. I don't really feel like going through and making a custom roster to fix it. So fingers crossed, it's not still a major issue. But we move on past the deadline. Let's see how the season wraps up. Screw it, because we're not getting a top 3 pick. Even if you guys end up with a top 10 pick, though, you do get somebody useful to work alongside Vince Carter. Vince Carter is a dangerous, dangerous weapon to have. You guys saw how good you were. You took away one of his final remaining weapons, and all of a sudden you guys started, being a bad team. You have that superstar already. I have Elton Brand and a bit of a core, but I don't have a superstar like Vince Carter. And it is true that Vince Carter is better than what Penny Hardaway was, than what Alonzo Mourning was. Like, you have the hardest part done. You have the superstar. Now you just need that supporting cast. You might not be bad enough unless you win the lottery to get LeBron, Melo, D-Wade, but maybe you do. Either one of us, from the looks of it, could still end up getting a player of that caliber. Because it looks like, I might finish over 500 narrowly. We'll see. There's still about a month to go in the season, but yeah, this could go either way, truly, in terms of this first season and the infamous 03 draft. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Vince Carter's going to get old by the time we're ready to win. He's what, 25 right now? He can still be useful into his 30s. Late 20s, early 30s. I think you guys are in a better spot than some of you think. But we shall see. He retired at 42. Also true. The Clippers. Oh my God, I might sneak into the playoffs in season 1. We have gone on one hell of a streak here. The LA Clippers. Looking to end the season on a high note. Will at least be 2, make it 3 games over 500. We get to the end of season awards for season 1. Shaq wins MVP. No shit. It's fucking Shaq in the early 2000s, man. Rookie of the year, Houston's Yao Ming. No shit. Sixth man of the year, Chicago's Jamal Crawford. Defensive player of the year, Detroit's Ben Wallace. Good shout. Most improved, Cleveland's Ricky Davis. Coach of the year, Isaiah Thomas in Indianapolis. Stan Myers. Why are they doing using the new Kia logo, not the yellow? Who knows? Let's see. First team All-NBA is Kobe, Kidd, Garnett, Duncan, and Shaq. The all-defensive team is Ben Wallace, Duncan, Garnett, Kobe, and Kidd. And the all-rookie team is Yao, Amari Stoudemire, Carlos Boozer, Jay Williams, and Caron Butler with a spinal injury. The Clippers have made the playoffs, as I thought we might, based off of that run at the end of the season. So no lottery pick for me this year. The LA Clippers are playoff bound. We were a bubble team. I had a hunch. I'm okay with that, though. Again, like I said, man, this young core, man, they got better this year, too. That young core, that primary 5 there. I don't hate it. It's just, can I keep it together? Because everyone's contract is apparently due. It's fucking weird. But it's San Antonio, Sacramento. You guys can look at the bracket, right? You probably already have been eyeing it up a little bit. It's New Jersey and Atlanta in the bottom right. But yeah, playoffs for the Clippers in season 1. Elton Brand led the team in scoring. Fair enough. And of course, it is actually, it's still best of 5 for this first year, right? I don't remember if it's best of 5 for one more year or if it's immediately moving over. For you guys, it was Vince Carter and his band of merry men. Just get somebody around Vince Carter at 26 years old, and you guys have an opportunity. And he's under contract moving forward, too. So you guys do have that built-in defense of Vince Carter being on the team long-term. But you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Playoff time, baby. So for the Clippers, we will go to that 7-man bench as we do. Run the Stars. Honestly, Miller, Maggette, Odom, Brand, it's not bad. Having Wong, Shishi over Michael Olowokandi kind of eh. Richardson and Dueling off the bench. I really don't hate it. I don't hate it. Clippers are in a bit of a fun spot here. A bit of a fun spot. Ozzy, what's going on? And indeed, we are in a brand new era. Although this time, I'm rooting against the Mavericks. I have to remember that. I have to remember it. Let's take a look again at the Mavs. We don't have to go team by team or anything like that because we already did. But Dirk, Nash, Finley. I'm probably going to lose this. But I'm happy to see my younger core actually make the playoffs. But yeah, I am probably going to get absolutely smoked here in round 1 by the Dallas Mavericks. Also, the Lakers are only the 5th seed, so goddamn. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We'll go through this in relatively quick fashion. Actually, before that, just to take a look at the lineup comparison, we get out-dueled in every single position. Every single one. Game number 1. Let's do it. Let's do it. Like I said, I don't remember if it's best of 5 or best of 7 in the first year or if it starts in year 2, but woof. 109-96, the Dallas Mavericks take game 1. Lamar tried what he could. Shout out to Quentin Richardson as well. Yeah, 26 points when Nick Van Exel's leading the team in scoring. That's a problem for me. The Mavericks take game 1. We got no reason to really mess around here. Let's get to game 2. Pretty much get this shit show over with as soon as we possibly can. I'm just hoping to be competitive as the Mavericks take game 2. 118-103. 31 points from Elton Brand. Not bad, Elton, not bad. But yeah, Dirk dropped 28. 3 players with doubles at the top of the board there. It's a 2-0 lead for the Mavericks. As we go to game 3, this could indeed be a sweep. I mean, if not in 3, then in 4. Although the Clippers live to fight another day. No sweep regardless of how long this goes, thanks to 46 points from Lamar Odom. We got a hold of him before he did every drug known to man. Lamar Odom keeps the Clippers alive in 2003. Whew. 30 points. Man, Nick Van Exel. Jesus Christ. Settle down, son. Only 13 points from Dirk. Yeah, 21 of 23 for Odom on free throws as well. Is fucking hilarious. All right. Well, we will find out here if there's a sweep. And okay, it is best of 7 because Indiana's up 3-0. So it is best of 7 now in this era. I had a feeling. I didn't know if it meant like the rule change happened in 03, if it happened for 03. So at least we have the clarification now, as it looks like the Mavericks are going to be 1-1 away from advancing. 102-91 in game 4. Elton Brand put up 23. Odom dropped to 12 points. Oh, not having Odom go Super Saiyan. There goes that. Attack, what's up? One more game here, perhaps, as the Clippers, my beautiful new LA Clippers, try to fend off the relentless attack of the Dallas Mavericks, who I now find myself suddenly having to hate, as the Clippers do live to see another day. Oh my God, Lamar Odom. 109-103, 36 points for Lamar Odom. He hasn't been corrupted by that darn Kardashian clan yet. Lamar Odom, hero. And the Clippers are at least putting up a fight against the Dallas Mavericks. What more can I ask for? As we have our first team in the second round, the New Jersey Nets eliminate the Atlanta Hawks in 5 games. Every other series still ongoing as the Clippers get one more home play. Whoops. As the Clippers get one more home playoff game to put money in the pocket of that fucking racist Donald Sterling. Well, now I don't want to win. Now I don't want to win. Fucking A. Oh my God. We're going to 7. The LA Clippers, 34 points for Lamar Odom. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The Clippers have forced 7 on the Mavericks. Setsuna literally just searched the 2K24 handle on Spotify. You'll find my playlist. Oh my God, we won. That was game 7. We won! We won! That was game 7, not game 6. Fuck yeah! We're going to the second round. We're going to Washington. We're going to Vancouver. And then we're going to go back to the White House.